Eli, there will come a point in your life when you will say, giving is receiving. I'm at that point right now with you, my son. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, we inspire. We've been working on a series based upon the book, How Successful People Think, by John C. Maxwell, from whom we have quoted without any sort of reservation whatsoever. Why? Because the man is a brilliant author and there's no need to change what's already working. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Last time we spoke about why it's important to be an unselfish thinker. Today, as we always do, we're going to go over the how-to. How to experience the satisfaction of unselfish thinking? Well, I think most people recognize the value of unselfish thinking, and most would even agree that's an ability that they would like to develop for themselves. Many people, however, are at a loss concerning how to change their thinking. To begin cultivating the ability to think unselfishly, let me give you some tips. First, put others first. The process begins with you realizing that everything is not about you. That requires humility and a shift in focus. It has been written, people with humility don't think less of themselves. They just think of themselves less, unquote. If you want to become less selfish in your thinking, then you need to stop thinking about your wants and begin focusing on others' needs. Make a mental and emotional commitment to look out for the interests of others. Second, expose yourself to situations where people have needs. You know, it's one thing to believe you're willing to give unselfishly. It's another to actually do it. To make that transition, you need to put yourself in a position where you can see people's needs and do something about it. The kind of giving you do isn't that important at first. You can serve at your church, make a donation to a food bank, volunteer professional services, or give to a charitable organization. The point is to learn how to give and to cultivate the habit of thinking like a giver. It's like anything else. If you want to be somebody that is able to step out of your comfort zone, then do little things that help you step out of your comfort zone. Brush your teeth with your left hand as an example. Do things you don't normally do. If you want to be, if you want to develop your body, then start lifting weights. The more you do it, the better you become at it. This is true in unselfish thinking as well. Third, when you do it, give quietly or anonymously. Once you've learned to give of yourself, then the next step is to learn to give when you cannot receive anything in return. It's almost always easier to give when you receive recognition for it than it is when no one is likely to know about it. The people who give in order to receive a lot of fanfare, however, have already received any rewards that they will ever get. There are spiritual, mental, and emotional benefits that come only to those that give anonymously. And if you've never done it before, give it a try. You'll see that it's so. Fourth, invest in people intentionally. The highest level of unselfish thinking comes when you give of yourself to another person for that person's personal development or well-being. Now, if you're married or a parent, you know this from personal experience. What does your spouse value most highly? Money in the bank or your time freely given? What would small children really rather have from you? A toy or your undivided attention? The people who love you would rather have you than what you can give them. If you want to become the kind of person who invests in people, then consider others and their journey so that you can collaborate with them. Each relationship is like a partnership created for mutual benefit. As you go into any relationship, think about how you could invest in the other person so that it becomes a win-win situation. Here is how relationships most often play out. I win, you lose. I win only once. You win, I lose. You win only once. We both win. We win many times together. We both lose. Goodbye, partnership. The best relationships are win-win. Why don't more people go into relationships with that attitude? I'll tell you why. Most people want to make sure that they win first. Unselfish thinkers, on the other hand, go into a relationship and make sure that the other person wins first. And that, my friends, my son, makes all the difference. Fifth, continually check your motives. It's been written, and I quote, "What seems to be generosity is often no more than disguised ambition, which overlooks a small interest in order to secure a great one." Unquote. The hardest thing for most people is fighting their natural tendency to put themselves first. That's why it's important to continually examine your motives to make sure you're not sliding backward into selfishness. Is there a way to check your motives? Can we call upon Benjamin Franklin? Yo, Ben, what do you say? When Ben got up in the morning, he would ask, what good am I going to do today? And before he went to bed, he would ask, what good have I done today? If you can answer those questions with selflessness and integrity, you can keep yourself on track. So give while you live. The rewards cannot be measured in a bank account, but they can be measured internally. And we need to look no further than first responders from 9/11, first responders from this pandemic. These are people that are giving of themselves unselfishly. Once again, I'd like to remind you that going over this book, the purpose is to give you a different perspective on how successful people think. I strongly urge you to go down into the description box and see a series I did called The Owner's Manual for Your Brain. Click on it. I consider it to be my best work. It's a different viewpoint that will help you because you get different ideas from different viewpoints, saying some pretty much the same things, but coming at you from different angles. Once again, big shout out, John C. Maxwell, from whom most of this prose was stolen. And always remember, let's not ration the passion. Let's fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.